Hello
Security chief
everyone.
to new arrivals.
After
Could
playing
have
this
used you
game for
sooner,
about
but welcome just the same.
24 hours, a
I'm in the
little bit more
mansion.
than that, like
Command
I have
center.
a full day's
Injured,
experience
but
now, I might
intact. Most
feel
everyone else
comfortable
is...
making my
well,
review
you got
about this
eyes.
game.
Look, we need to get this situation
Um,
under control ASAP. Be
and yeah,
ready for
this is just
anything.
going to be talking about it, what I like, what I don't like, what I think needs to be changed, what doesn't need to be changed. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and me critiquing everything. So we're gonna start off with the things I don't like because there's not too many of them, but they're pretty big deals. So starting off, and this is one that I've heard that a lot of people have. I just feel like guns in this feel really weak, and they also feel like Cold War, where no guns really stand out. Everything's kind of the same.
Insta-kill.
Like, because of rarity systems in this, which it isn't like I don't like the rarity system, it's just not done quite right yet. It just feels like you can pick up the same gun out of the box and it'll still do about the same thing, even if it's common versus legendary, and it's round 30. And the damage on a lot of the weapons feels really low. Like, I was using this exact Tanto on round 33 yesterday, and it wasn't it, man. It wasn't killing. Like, it was legendary rarity, tier 3 pack punch, and it struggled to kill. But that's just a small thing. I'm sure that can be pretty easily fixed. No, yeah.
For a team who didn't expect
One other small thing that I don't like is how long it takes for the rounds to flip over. It feels like I'm sitting there for like 10 seconds before the round number will flip over and things that spawning again. That isn't a big deal. That's just more of a personal thing. I know some people like that because they like having, you know, a decent breather between rounds, which is fair. I just don't like it. Another thing I don't like is the quantity of boss zombies and how powerful they are. It just feels like past round like 25, half of the zombies you fight, especially on Liberty Falls, are just manglers. And even with a tier 3 pack punch legendary gun, it just seems like they have an endless amounts of health, even after breaking their helmet. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but it's fine. But yeah, even after breaking their helmet, it just feels like they don't die. But yeah, that's another thing that I'm sure can be tweaked pretty easily, is just stuff like that. I believe that's about it for things I don't like.
Max armor.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the new armor system, but I also don't dislike it. I just kind of like Cold War's armor system or the shield system. Like, you can make your armor into a shield in this game. Like, I don't like having the plates. I like having to go somewhere to fully repair your armor. And oh, one thing I don't like is that upgrading your armor costs points now. To upgrade your armor to tier 3 costs 14,000 points in total, which I think is an absolutely ridiculous amount. All I'm doing is yawning, man. I don't understand. But yeah, apart from that, I think that is just about everything I don't like, which I told you this is a very big list. But now I'm gonna go on to things that were pretty clearly changed, and then we'll finish off the things that I like. So one thing that's pretty clearly changed is the armor system. you now have plates, and you can carry 3 spare plates on top of all of your armor. Which isn't too much, honestly. It feels like the armor in this game is really weak. I feel like I'm constantly repairing it.
Kaboom!
But that might just be a personal thing, but it feels like I'm constantly repairing my armor or putting new plates on past round 20. But yeah, another thing that was changed was the point system. It's a little different. You don't get the 115 for melee kills, you only get 105. I hate when it does this. Oh! This is another thing I don't like. This is another thing I don't like. The dog rounds in this last way too long. It feels like they never end. Especially on later rounds. Like on the early rounds, it's not too bad, but past round 20, it feels like it's killing like at least 50 of these things. Can you die?
Max ammo.
But yeah, that's one thing that I just remembered. But yeah, just lower the quantity on the dog rounds, or the spider rounds, parasite rounds, you know, all of that, and I'll be happy. But yeah. We're going back to things that have been changed. The armor system, the point system had that slight change. You can now spawn in with a lethal and tactical that you choose, and there is no reason not to spawn in with stims. Now, another thing is
this one is broken.
The tacticals in this game feel a lot weaker. I do believe they no longer do the infinite damage kind of deal that they did in Cold War. The Molotovs especially. I know I have it on, but now it's less for the damage and more for points, because if you ignite a zombie you get points. So yeah. It feels like the Molotovs and the grenades and all that are just way weaker than they used to be. Kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. Another thing that's been changed is the loadout system. You now have a permanent melee weapon if you hold your melee button. So you can see I have my knife here and you know, gold. Don't mean to flex, but you know, got a gold because I'm a gamer. But yeah. Yeah, you also don't use your designated melee weapon if you don't have it out. And the melee weapons have been nerfed. They no longer one-shot for ages. They stop one-shotting after round 3. And then I believe that's just about it for things that have been changed. There is a couple new things. Shatter Blast is no longer in the game, and it has been replaced by, I believe it's called Dark Flare or something like that, or that might be the that might be the field upgrade. Yes, there's a new ammo mod and a new field upgrade. We can go here to check out the ammo mod. Shadow Rift and then Shadow Flare are the two different versions. So Shadow Rift, I'm not sure what it does. I just unlocked it not too long ago. Then Shadow Flare shoots this beam out of like a gun, and it just does a crap ton of damage to zombies. Also, the only field upgrades in the game right now are Healing Aura, Ether Shroud, Frenzy Guard, the Dark Flare, and Energy Mine. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them have been changed from Cold War. Like, Healing Aura, I may have it on, but it is kind of garbage compared to what it used to be. Like, it's not no infinite healing for 5 seconds, you can't die kind of thing. No, it is only literally one full health charge and a quick res on a teammate. That's it. That's all you get. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they've done to Aether Shroud. I unlocked it in 1 or 2 more levels. But yeah, now we're gonna go into things that I do like. Things that I like. Well, I like that they did bring back the jet gun, and it is different. It has infinite ammo, and what it does is kind of like the paralyzer where it overheats. My biggest issue is that the infinite ammo system, its overheating system, still doesn't last very long. Like, it still doesn't feel like you can use your wonder weapon for very long before it overheats, and then you have to wait again. Another thing I like is that I do like that we stuck to the Cold War system of doing things. I actually think the Cold War system helps suit the casuals a lot. It's very similar to Warzone and multiplayer, which does help them a lot, because not a lot of people play zombies anymore. So if a Warzone or a multiplayer or a campaign guy is like, I want to try this zombie game mode, helps them understand it more, and quite frankly, it makes it more enjoyable for me. Yeah, another thing that I like, and this could have been put into the things that were changed, but you only get 3 self-revives. So you can only make 3 self-revives a game. Which means that you aren't invincible like you were in Cold War if you had enough scraps. You will eventually die. I like a lot of the camos, like the multiplayers camos, the zombies camos, the pack punch camos. They're all really nice. Despite popular belief and despite what everybody else says, I do actually quite enjoy Liberty Falls as a map. I think it is a lot more casual than Terminus. I love Terminus. I have zero anything against Terminus. But yeah, I just find that this map's a lot easier for me to go on and get weapon levels, get camos, and just do all that fun stuff than Terminus, because there's a lot more happening in that map. I love that you can split doors now, so you don't need to buy the full door in multiplayer, you can buy half of it, which I think helps a lot. It'll get rid of those moments where you both have like a chunk of the door and you need it to progress. That's one thing I really like. Oh, there's a mangler. There's just a mangler, man, but yeah. I do like that the melees did get nerfed. Like, it's annoying because I use melee weapons a lot, but it also needed to happen because you use melee until around like 40 in Cold War without much issue.
Bonus points.
I like the new score streaks. So there's the mutant injection where you turn into a mangler and then you can shoot and melee, and it's pretty cool. There's these loot keys. You see it under my personal items, and basically what they do is that you can find a door to go into, and then you can open up loot locker. Gives you a free weapon, some scraps, you know, a whole bunch of fun stuff. I got a perk out of one the one time. But yeah, there's a new upgrading system that I like for augments. You actually have to play the game like you had to for the Ethereum crystals. Or whatever the hell they were called. But now you can't have 5 upgrades. you can only pick 2. So each person will have their own perks within the perks. Like, they'll have their own set of perks that they prefer getting first. But then inside of those perks, there's differences. So like, quick revive, you can get the one where you speed up upon revives, or the one where you can revive yourself instead of using a self revive, which can only be used 3 times in this. The one where you get healed to full health upon reviving a teammate. You can choose Dying Wish from Black Ops 4, and it has received some pretty big nerfs, which was absolutely needed. That perk was busted. And if you don't think that, then you're just you got some issues. But yeah, oh god, I need to increase my damage, eh? There's only one kind of scrap now, which I think is nice. That's another one. I like that Gobblegums are back. I've yet to use one though, because I'm saving mine. I don't see any reason in using them since there's no unlimited use ones. I don't have a reason to be spamming my Gobblegums. Whew.
Now, do not think.
Oh yeah. So I had to concentrate a little bit there. Oh, and he's dead. Nice. There we are. Now where was I? Oh yes, I like the Gobblegums got added back. I like that, you know, you have your each individual perks. And honestly, I just really like the feel of the game. It feels good to play. Like the Omni movement is really nice, being able to run sideways and backwards and dive backwards. And yeah. And you can like slide sideways and all that stuff. Like, it helps training a lot. In fact, I was telling one of my friends that I didn't even realize I was using Omni movement until I thought about it. Because it fleshed together so well. So I heard some people say the Omni movement isn't going to make much of a difference in zombies. I say otherwise, because I was using it without even realizing. I don't have to make a conscious effort to think, oh, I can run backwards. It's just a natural for me to think that my character should be able to still go quick while going backwards. Turn around this man. I'm trying to think of some other things I like. It isn't like there isn't a lot that I like. It's that I feel like I've covered a lot of the big points, and now I'm just going to be repeating myself. Well, like this map, I do like the feel of Terminus. It is a very good map. I will not drag it through the dirt at all. Terminus is actually really fun to play. Like, it's loads of fun. It's just I prefer this map for camo grinding, and I think Terminus will be more fun to be serious on. Because, quite frankly, the wonder weapon on that map looks far more interesting. But I've only played like 2 games of Terminus, so yeah, I played tons of games on Liberty Falls. I mean, as you can see, I'm old. 46. I can't still be 46. I am. Wow. Waiting for the singular zombie. Oh, singular spider to spawn to push the raft.
All this effort, and I am
yeah.
no closer to understanding what
I like that you get Gobblegums infinitely. You don't have to worry about buying them. That was always a really annoying thing, was buying the Gobblegums. That was one. I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, that's one that I really like.
Double points.
Currently, I don't know what the best gun in the game is, to be honest. like the best bullet gun. Kind of like how we instantly knew that the Gallo was the best in Cold War. I hate these abominations. Jesus Christ, they're so fast! Thank you.
Expect me to pick up after that, do you?
Okay,
Don't expect a refund.
I believe that is just about it, though. And where I would put this game in terms of Call of Duty, BO2 being, my list would probably go BO2, BO1, BO3, this game, Cold War, and then BO4. The only reason I put this above Cold War is that the maps are already more interesting for me. Hey, look, I just got Ether Shroud. Yeah, but yeah. They're already more interesting for me to play. I just felt like the Cold War maps were pretty bland after the first couple times you played them. But yeah. I think, yeah, that's just about it on this. I hope you guys enjoy this. Don't critique me too hard. If you have anything else you'd like to bring up in the comments and I will reply. If there is anything else that I think of, I will probably check it in the comments. But yeah, it should be just about it. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.